Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, NASCAR Xfinity Series takes on the famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Brickyard. This will be the 10th time that the Xfinity Series has been at the Brickyard on the Oval. Obviously, 4 other seasons on the road course, back to the Oval last year. I know a lot of people have talked this week, they want the Xfinity Series back at IRP like it was back in the day. I wouldn't mind that myself. I actually had a perfect idea for a great weekend in Indianapolis. Do it Labor Day, do it Memorial Day, or July 4th of July weekend. There you go. Let's just do that. So we do Wednesday night Cup Series at IRP. Thursday we do the ARCA Series at IRP. Friday we do the Truck Series at IRP. If you want to combine the ARCA and the truck, we've done that before, we did it this year, we can modify that. So, better yet, Thursday night heat, NASCAR Cup Series at IRP. Friday we have the ARCA and the truck. Saturday we have the Xfinity Series. Saturday night at IRP. During the day on Saturday you have Cup practice and qualifying at the Oval. And then Sunday you have the Brickyard 400. Make it a 4-day weekend, 2 Cup races, an Xfinity and truck race. You could even, if you really wanted to truly do this, you could do Friday night Xfinity at IRP, Saturday Xfinity at the Oval. Have a combo ticket of some sort, or plan out how you can get discounts for both, taking both events. They're not that far apart. Fans can travel back and forth and get the best of both worlds. Just an idea that I have. We will also get into the other hot topics of the week of the playoffs. I got a couple of thoughts on that. And if you follow me on social media, you know I've made the statement, this is the greatest era ever in NASCAR. At the end of this video, I'll tell you why. I'm not going to post on, I don't post on social media, and here's why. There are people out there, unfortunately, that don't agree with my opinion, which is great. We can have back and forth. I had a great back and forth with a guy the other day. We started off pretty rocky with kind of, like this almost. He literally told me what he thought. I responded to what he thought, what I thought, and we had a great back and forth. So that can actually happen on social media. But I'll tell you the why on all that. All right. So Junior Motorsports on fire right now. They won three straight races, 6 of the last 7, 7 of the last 9. Multiple different drivers winning. You got Justin Allgaier winning that. You got Shane Van Gisbergen winning the net. Daniel Suarez, Connor Zilisch. You have Connor going back to back. He's won 3 of the last 5. Is he not the hottest thing in racing right now? Since he came back from missing that wreck in Talladega when he missed the following week, and he watched Kyle Larson drive his car, dude's been on fire since then. So yeah, we're seeing the talent of Connor Zilisch in it. I'm gonna say this. Don't take this the wrong way, folks. We see the talent of Connor Zilisch in a Tier 1 car, what he can do. I don't know in the Cup Series, because we know more than likely he's replacing Daniel Suarez next year. I don't know in the Cup Series if Trackhouse is that same level in Trackhouse in the Cup Series as Junior Motorsports and Xfinity. I'm not sure they're on the same level. And it does take both. You're not going to put insert best driver in NASCAR here. Some people say it's Kyle Larson. Some people say it's somebody else. Let's just use Kyle Larson for an example. Not a fan, but we'll use him as an example. You're not putting Kyle Larson in a Rick Ware racing car and him go out and do the same performance he does in Heck Motorsports. It ain't happening. Even though it's same equipment or similar, same car, the pieces all come together, but it's the way the car's put together. It's the way the car is engineered. It is the way the car is set up. It is all that is a factor. So you're not doing that. So yeah, let's enjoy the run that Connor Zilisch is on. Let's hope that next year, and not just on the road courses, that in general he gets a good car from Trackhouse. But yeah, dude's on fire right now. Now, Indianapolis, Pocono are the only really kind of similarities. Is Pocono has a corner, I think tunnel turn, I think it is, that is mirrored after a turn at Indianapolis. Other than that, they're triangle versus oval. But there are some folks that talked about using, back in the day when they used different cars for different tracks, they actually use the same car at Pocono and in Indy. Both are flat, both are 2.5 miles, So there are some similarities, but that's the only track that really has any type of similarity to Indianapolis. So we're going to kind of combine those stats when we kind of look at the alike tracks. You know, when we're at Charlotte, we can say, you know, Kansas, Vegas, this track. You know, when we're, you know, Michigan, Kansas is a mini Michigan. You know, so you can kind of correlate. You know, road courses are similar. You know, nothing like Indianapolis. So we're going to combine that with Pocono. Now, obviously, 4 races at Pocono, 1 race at Indy. Stats are kind of be a little skewed there. Connor Zillich, average running position last at Pocono is 4.16. He's never been to Indy. Christian Eckes, same way. Pocono, never been to Indy, 7.5 average running position. Justin Allgaier, 7.9 average finish from the two combined, or running position, excuse me. Nick Sanchez, 9.84. Brandon Jones, 10.93. Carson Kvapil, 11.09. Sheldon Creed, 11.62. These are average running position. Ryan Sieg, 12.08. Taylor Gray, 12.33. Austin Hill, 13.21. We found a truck type that Austin Hill's not awesome at. Now, average finish between, again, Pocono, the 1 race in Indy. Again, a little skewed. Gunnar Zillich, 1 Pocono. Christian Eckes finished 3rd at Pocono. Taylor Gray, 7.0 average finish between the two. Carson Kvapil, 8.0. Justin Allgaier, 10.2. Sammy Smith, 10.25. Austin Hill, 11.4. Sheldon Creed, 12.2. Jesse Love, 12.3. Stan Mayer, 12.4. Now, if we look just back at Indy last year, average running position, I'm not going to include the drivers who are not racing. So, like the co-custers, Riley Herbst, Shane Van Gisbergens, Eric Amarola. So, Justin Allgaier, 5.86 average running position. Brandon Jones, 8.16. And what makes this average running position such a valuable stat is you might finish 38th because you got caught up in a crash or blew up, but your day you ran up front all the time. So that's going to kind of, you had speed there, you ran good there, but unfortunately your finish didn't represent that because of whatever else happened. So Justin Allgaier, average running position 5.86. So he ran inside the top 10 the vast majority of the day. Only 2 drivers last year actually ran every single lap in the top 15, and that was the Stuart Haas cars of Cole Custer and Riley Herbst. Austin Hill, average running position 10.6. Ryan Sieg, 12.24. Sheldon Creed, 13.21. Anthony Alfredo, 14.81. Daniel Dye, 15.02. And Jesse Love, 18.70. The top 10 last year at Indianapolis, Riley Herbst, Cole Custer, Stuart Haas 1-2. Can the two the Haas factory teams this year replicate that setup, replicate what they did last year, and go 1-2? Time will tell. Now, if that happened, great for Sam Mayer. It would be first career win for Sheldon Creed if he could get the win. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with especially Connor Zillich out there or not. So it's Riley Herbst, Cole Custer, Eric Almirola, Shane Van Gisbergen, Sheldon Creed, Austin Hill, Daniel Dye, AJ Allmendinger, Justin Allgaier, Carson Kvapil. I know there's been a lot of talk the last few weeks about playoffs and getting into playoffs. We need to go old school. We need 36 races back. Take this sport back to 2000 when it was its most popular. Well, here's the thing. If your goal is to take the sport back to what it was then, so if you look at 96 through 2001, a lot of people will say that's the height of the sport. What made NASCAR so popular in that era? The personalities, the drivers. Not everyone had the same equipment. I know people complain about that a lot. It's also something else. The unknown of death. We lost a lot of drivers in that era, unfortunately. Sad as it is, a lot of drivers died. In the history of this sport, a lot of drivers have lost their life entertaining us. That's the real thing. It has not happened in 24 years. This is the longest period in the history of NASCAR that no one's lost their life while either practicing in a stock car. Unfortunately, we have had injuries. That's part of driving 180 mile an hour. We have had, unfortunately, a career-ending injury with Kurt Busch. We know concussions have changed the game. Here's the thing. If it wasn't for Dale Jr., I don't know if we would know about certain levels of concussions. Multiple drivers, I can almost guarantee, had concussions, but it was more like, I'm good, thanks, I'm good, I'm getting back in the car. Because you knew if you stepped out of that car, you could lose your ride, you're done. Drivers didn't take that risk back then. Dale Jr. is the one that said, hey, I'm not right, I'm stepping away. That helped, I think, Kurt Busch. I think if it wasn't for the current protocol, Kurt Busch may not have walked away when he did. So safety is a big part. Now, when I talk about this is the greatest era ever, that is number one. That is one thing on that list is safety. We are safer than we've ever been. We're never going to be 100% safe. Injuries are going to happen. We're not killing drivers now. There's other factors. We'll get into those. So if we didn't have playoffs, Justin Allgaier has a 56-point lead over Connor Zelic, 78 over Sam Mayer, Austin Hill 63, Jesse Love 110. That literally means Connor Zelic missing that race because of injury cost him a championship if we had the old non-playoff format. That's just the way it is. It probably would happen. I mean, he's 56 points behind. It's almost a full race behind with 16 races left. Yes, Justin Allgaier could have issues. Really? You think he's going to have that many issues? He could, but not likely. But my opinion again. All right, but we do have playoffs. We have playoffs this year. They're not changed at midseason. So Justin Allgaier, 3 wins. Connor Zelic, 4 wins. Stan Mayers plus 162 to the cut line. Austin Hill, 3 wins. Jesse Love, a win. Brandon Jones, a win. Carson Kvapil, plus 86. Sheldon Creed, plus 61. Taylor Gray, plus 36. Sammy Smith, Nick Sanchez, each with a win. That's the top 11 in points. Currently 12th in points is Jet Burton, followed by his cousin Harrison. They are 7 points, battling for that final playoff spot. Ryan Sieg, minus 30. Dean Thompson, minus 62. And Christian Eckes, minus 71. So, in my opinion, this is the greatest era ever. Safety plays a big part of it. Competition plays another part. We don't take the NASCAR field. Let's go Cup Series here. I'm not going to talk about this in the Cup video. We don't have 10 cars that are winning every week. We don't have 10 cars that run in midfield. The only reason they get above that is because somebody has trouble, and then we have the people in the back. Yeah, passing was easy back in the day when you had 10, 15, 20 horsepower more than other people. Passing back in the day was easy when you were 10 laps down and you just moved over to let people go because half the field was 10 laps down or more. Passing was easy when there's only 22 cars on the field on the track out of 43 because they're either blew up, had an accident, broke this, broke that. Passing's easy when there's less people out there and you have dominant equipment. Passing's easy out there when you're able to build a piece for the car, go test it unlimited, which that happened back in it for a while, and then rebuild that and throw that away, and then have somebody just happen to come dig through your tracks and find it. Ooh, this works better when I have and take it. That happened back in the day. Jeff Hammond talked about that. Tim Brewers talked about that working for Junior Johnson. You had an era back then where you had these people spending millions and millions of dollars trying to figure out airflow under the car. You had a group of owners going to NASCAR and say, save us from ourselves. We cannot not spend money. We're overspending. We are overanalyzing. We are overproducing everything for this car. We can't afford to do this. We can't make ourselves stop. You need to stop us. So before you start blaming NASCAR for the current car, or for this or that or the other, look at the owners. The Xfinity Series is exactly what it needs to be right now, in my opinion. You have a stepping stone series for drivers like Connor Zelic, Christian Eckes, Taylor Gray. You have a home for drivers like a Justin Allgaier. So even Austin Hill kind of fits into that. Here's the thing, though. Even in the Xfinity Series, you have the low budget, the Alpha Primes of the world, the Viking Motorsports of the world, the teams that aren't typically going to run up front, but they're still out there. But if you look at the points, you have the halves, the Junior Motorsports, the Joe Gibbs Racing, the Richard Childress Racing, the College Racings. Because if you look at the points, Junior Motorsports 1-2, Haas Factory 3rd, RCR 4th and 5th, Joe Gibbs 6th, Junior Motorsports 7th, Haas Factory 8th, Joe Gibbs 9th and 10th, 11th is Big Machine. They're part of the One Welcome there with Colic and RCR on their campus. Then you have Jordan Anderson. That's a true, low budget Xfinity team. You have the 25 team. You have Ryan Sieg. So you have, they're outside the top 10. But I just think between the safety of it and the fact that it's closer together than ever before the competition, you watch some of the old races and you have 2 or 3 cars in a draft at Daytona, 4, even sometimes 5 or 6. Now you have the whole pack sometimes. Yeah, that gets kind of boring because the fuel savings. Just take fuel savings out of it for a second. You have multiple people there together. Yeah, it makes the crashes bigger, unfortunately. But even at, say, Darlington, instead of having the guy who won the race won by 10 laps, which did happen in the past, it's closer than that. So I think all those in my head, for me, all those, I'm not downgrading what the old days was. I grew up in that, I watched Jeff Gordon win 13 races out of 31. I watched, Dale Earnhardt win championship for 2 races left. I just like today, personally. But all right. For the Pennzoil 250, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Now, would it be cool if they got the Xfinity cars back to IRP like it was back in the day? Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Ooh, I got it. Here's what they could do. 4th of July weekend, Indianapolis. Thursday Night Thunder at IRP for the Cup Series. Saturday night for the Xfinity Series at IRP. Or Friday night Xfinity Series at IRP. Saturday Xfinity Series on the Oval. Sunday Cup Series on the Oval. Saturday night Truck Series at IRP. So you're going to have 2 Xfinity races, 2 Cup races over a 4-day weekend at 2 different tracks in the same area. July 4th weekend. Make it happen, NASCAR. All right, the 4 picks to win the Pennzoil 250 at Indianapolis. Because of his win at Pocono and because he's won 3 of the last 5 and the team has won 6 of the last 7, Connor Zelich. Kyle Larson is in the 17 for Henry Motorsports. Anytime he's in the field, you gotta kind of include him in that, even though his only goal is to embarrass the field. Hopefully the field embarrasses him. His statement, not mine. Justin Allgaier. He runs well at these tracks. You gotta always make him in the picture. Haas Factory team, given 1-1-2 a Stuart Haas last year. Can a Stuart Haas Factory team win? Possibly. I want to go with the one I don't like, Sheldon Creed. And I say that because he finished 5th here last year, so he has ran well here. He's got an average finish at Indy and Pocono at 12.2, so he runs well there as well. He runs better at this track than Sam Mayer, so we'll put him in there. So 4 picks are Connor Zelich, Kyle Larson, Justin Allgaier, Sheldon Creed. 2 guys I like, 2 guys I don't like. Just because I don't like them doesn't mean I don't think they're going to win. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a 50-day Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.